Ode to a Magazine. Take two. Mainly because I just gave like a 5 minute really good conversation on magazines and their usefulness and all that neat shit. And either I didn't hit record or I'm retarded. One or the other. Pretty sure it's not the phone's fault. So, let's have a chat. The importance of good magazines versus craptastic magazines. Many things that are good are not cheap, and cheap things are not often good. Of course, there's some exceptions to that rule. I've found that magazines sometimes are not one of them. I run Glock a lot, and I generally either use Glock factory magazines or Magpul magazines. I have a metric poop ton of them. I also utilize 99% of the time I use flush fit mags. I don't generally use Stendos or standard, like long standard capacity magazines. That being said, I generally run something that is a full size frame. This is a 17 and my hand damn near hangs off the nose. So I have a big paw. I don't use subcompact guns. We have a Glock 43 in the house and I absolutely hate the thing because the thing just vanishes in my paw. For competition, I've been running a Glock 34 from that I had worked over from DEF CON. Really love that gun. When I miss during competition, it's definitely not the gun, it's me. The modification I've made for that gun personally in my training aspect and my duty belt kind of setup is for that gun, and it's down in the case and I'm lazy. I don't use flush fit mags for that gun for some reason. Magpul or Glock factory mags don't drop free from that gun. They never did. A lot of people are going to go, well, they just put too much Cerakote on there, and that's not what it was. I don't know if I'm like squeezing the holy shit out of it or what, but the mags just don't fall out. And they were like that before it was worked over. My modification for that is the Magpul 27 round mags. I like those. They do stick out enough where if it fails to fall free, I can rip and strip and then reinsert as fast as I possibly can, like an angry child on prom night. Cheap mags, I've run some. There's those clear mags. This one's for the 43 again, gun I really hate because it disappears in my hand and that's not even up all the way. These seem to run really good in a super compact shitty gun, but in full-size Glocks or like the 19 frame sizes, it doesn't really, those mags don't feed. It's not confidently and definitely not reliably, especially for my personal use. So I don't use those at all. I don't remember who makes those. It could be, I don't care because I don't want to call out the wrong company because they weren't worth committing to memory. So I don't buy, like when I'm searching Gun Mag Warehouse or like Primary Arms or something along those lines, whoever I'm getting mags from that day, I do tend to stay away from the really cheap mags or the knockoff brand mags. If it's made from Chinesium, I'm out. I know that there are some metal Glock mags out there. I've not used any of them. Why do I stick with those two brands? Because for the longest time now they've worked. I've run a Glock on and off for 20 plus years. Yeah, 20 plus years. I started carrying a Glock in 99, I think. 98, right around there somewhere. And they've always gone bang when I squeeze the trigger, so I leave them there. The inexpensive mags like Pro Mag, stuff like that, there's going to be lots of guys out there that have had absolutely fabulous, awesome luck with them. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy at all. I've had craptastic experiences with them, and I've had craptastic experiences with them with Glock, ARs, like just across the board, craptastic experiences with Pro Mag, so I don't use them. Sometimes you have to go with a less known mag. Like if you've got a Canic Canic magazines are notoriously hard to get right now because there was like a super duper social media push for the Canic gun. Like every gun tuber on the planet had one, like all at once, you know, because it wasn't coordinated or anything like that. And those guns just, they ate up magazines because, you know, if a gun ships with 2 mags, guys want 3 to 5. I know for my guns, I don't have a gun in the house. Yeah, I don't have a gun in the house that I don't have a minimum of 10 to 15 mags for it, 10 being the absolute minimum. I've got like Glock and AR mags pretty much in every room of the house, loaded, unloaded, mainly because I'm a fucking mess. But the Canic mags are really, really hard to find. So what I've found is guys are taking SIG 229 or 226 mags. I believe it's a 229 mags. Regardless, they're taking the SIG 22 series guns or mags, and they're trimming just a little bit of the mag catch. I believe it's down just a hair, and they seat and feed perfectly. So guys are doing it. There are guys that get things to fit in places that mags aren't, you know, allowed to go. Mojo is like the best clip on the internet is him taking a SIG like Legion mag and shoving it into his Glock and getting it to like whole teacupping the crap out of it, but getting it to run. And then he swears up and down he never tried that prior to that incident, and it was super duper fast, and he was nonchalant as shit about it, and it was pretty awesome. It's my favorite piece of internet ever. You know, a lot of people watch cats. I could watch him do that like all friggin' day. It's kind of like having you know, Burl Ives read the phone book to you. It just sounds awesome. Back to magazines. For the MPX, I do use the Glock mag, or I'm sorry, the stock mags. I believe Lancer actually makes these. I have started using the Thrill mags, THRIL. These are 35 round mags. I load them to 30 because I can count that way, and it just makes easy math with the magazines and the ammo. They weigh about the same. They are physically the same size, so all my pouches and stuff work really, really well. And I bought 4 of these off the hop just to try. They were about $15 less expensive than a standard SIG mag. So I wanted to try them. They do feel kind of like nice and grippy in my hand, so I do like them, especially when I beer can and just shove them home. But more importantly, they insert, extract, and feed flawlessly so far. I've had them for about 3 months. My 8-inch MPX was having like issues at one point, like several points, like it just wasn't feeding worth a crap. Then it was light striking because the trigger was bad. Like just, I had a nightmare getting that gun to run all of a sudden. Now it runs flawlessly, and so far these magazines are running really, really well. In secret, I really can't blame the SIG. I'm pretty sure the aftermarket barrel I got was throated too deep. You understand throating too deep, right? Or you got length issues? Conversation for another time. I do like the Thrill mag. The one magazine that does not feed with a dog's ass is this dusty looking whore right here, and this is a Pro mag. Bought it because it was a drum and it fit the MPX, and I wanted to give it a try. It was not super expensive, and I could tell why. It still got the ammo that I tried running it in, and it didn't work worth a shit. So in my MPX, it does not feed worth a dog's ass. It runs right into the receiver set. Whether I push forward on the mag, backwards on the mag, shove it in real deep, it just doesn't make a difference. Not to sound like a Magpul commercial, because I don't really intend to be. They don't set me up or anything. The AR mags, they do work. Be kind, unwind. It's a super pain in the ass to load because you're like dialing the thing in all the time to feed rounds. As a first round or a first mag in a defense gun, if a drum runs really, really well and super reliable, I don't give guys a ration of crap for them. If it runs for you, it runs for you. I've never had this gun this magazine misbehave, but this is a replacement magazine because this unloading piece, the clock spring in the rear snapped clear. Send it back to Magpul. I had another one in a week, and this one's run just as reliable as that other one did until that other one broke. So it's cool. It's neat for the gram. I don't run it very often, mainly because, again, I'm lazy and I don't want to friggin' load the thing. The Canic gun, a lot of people, ask why I don't have one. I've shot them. I do like them, but I'm so damn vested in, like, I've got Glock mags, like I've got AR mags. They're fucking everywhere. Not that I'm like, I don't want to sound like the guy that's like, well, it's always worked for me, and that's the way we've always done it, so why are we going to change? Because that's a stupid attitude to have. I'm broke. So if I got into the Canic, then I got to change my holsters and all my mags and my mag caddies and all that nonsense. And I'm going to run my competition this year with my Glock 34 from DEF CON, and I'm going to run I'm running a Glock 45 right now. It's a 9mm, or it's a 19 slide on a 17 frame. And again, I like those full size frames because I have, climber hands or grasper hands, whatever you want to call them. And that 19 fits really well in my hand, cycles really fast. And that 34, same thing, fits in my hand real good. This is the 17 I carried for 10 years, 12 years. Holy shit. I'm beating the brakes off you. You're just beat to hell. But it runs. Hell, my front sight's smashed to crap. This gun's so old. That's a compensated slide on a non-compensated barrel. Because for the longest time, that was the only way you could get like any kind of lightning on a slide, was to like swap parts and candy cane stuff. I'm fucking old. Tell me in the bottom, tell me in the comments, what magazines do you guys like? Have you guys found a different manufacturer of Glock mags or AR mags that you like? AR mags, I've got 3 types that I use. I use factory steel mags from OK Industries or C Products. I have a metric crap ton of P mags, both windowed and non-windowed. I have more Glock mags. That's a Magpul mag. I've got Lancer mags. I've got Lancer mags, Magpul mags, and factory mags, or factory steel mags. But if you've got a different super mag that you've been running for the last 20 years and you like it a whole bunch, tell me what it is. I want to hear it. Hit like, hit subscribe on Rumble, hit whatever the fuck you hit on Rumble. You guys have fun. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Saturday and shoot straight, shoot safe, and don't shoot your kids. Deuces.